Hi, I'm just doing this video to show you how I do a swag, sort of a long one to hang on your door or on the side on the wall or anything. So yeah, I'll show you how I do it. Right, so here's the swag that I'm going to make for you, or the start of it anyway. So I've got it's actually the very top of a Christmas tree. I bought a Christmas tree to sort of pull to pieces for using the branches for other things. So I've got left with this is like the top of it. So I've done it, I've spread all the branches out so the back is flat. So it'll sit up against a wall nicely. And then just move the branches around to where I think I want them. So yeah, so that's that bit. And then, so what I'm going to do next is I've got some little, those little sort of rosettes here that I made earlier, but I'll show you how to do one. So it's wire with, it's ribbon with the wire on the edges, so you can sort of, you know, move it and manipulate it to where you want. So how I've done those is I've got cut 3 pieces of ribbon. So to the length you want, obviously, smaller rosettes, shorter or longer rosettes, but longer bits of ribbon for bigger rosettes. I've got 3 for what I'm doing. So to do it, so individually wire them. So we just gather it up in the middle. Okay. And just get a piece of just thin wire. Don't need anything too thick, otherwise it'll be too bulky and show. So yeah, just get that wire the middle. That's it. And just twist the wire, twist it round. So you've got it like that, and then you can just move it around. Like I said, with the wire, it's on the edge of the ribbons, easier. Right, so you've got your 3 pieces like that, so you can just overlap them, just get them close together and just overlap them at different angles. So if you were doing a bigger one, you could actually have more than 3 bits of ribbon. And you could start with like bigger ones on the underneath and go in smaller in the middle if you wanted to. But yeah, so you can experiment with those. So that's the little rosette there. And then just turn it round and then just twist all the wires together, just to keep it secure. Okay, there we go. And again, just move it round to where you want them. So that's how I do a rosette. So there we go. Right, so we're going to start actually making our swag. So we've got the swag. So what I'm going to do to start off with, I've got different bits and like ornaments to put in it. I'm just going to place them in where I think I want them to start off with, rather than wiring them all in one at a time. So then I don't have to end up moving all if I don't like them. So I'm starting off with, I've got these 3 pieces of like glittery sort of eucalyptus leaves. So yeah, so we're just going to put those in different places where we think might look nice. So don't worry to start off with, we can always move them around later on. It's just giving us an idea. So that's those. There we go. Then I've got some cones. So these are just cones that I've picked up when I've been out walking the dog, brought them back home, dried them out. They tend to open up a bit more once they're dry. Then I've sort of sprayed them just lightly with a bit of a gold sort of colour. But I mean, you could do them silver or whatever colour you wanted in your tray. Individually wired them and then wired them together, a bit similar to the rosettes that I've done. So I'll just put those in places. And with these I've actually used green wire, so you can't actually see when you've wired them into the swag. So again, now these like just 2. So there's those. Then I've got my rosettes that I've made. Just sort of put those in different places. I've just got one single bit of ribbon, one just to put on the bottom. And I got some sort of baubles. So again, I've wired them together, and then I've actually glued them so they don't sort of move around, so they stay in a cluster a bit more. So I just pop those in where I think it's going to look best. Again, you can do sort of clusters of 3, 2, however many you think. 2 there, that one down the bottom. One. And then finally for the top, I've got a big, same sort of ribbon, but a bigger one. So with that one, all I've done is just, as you can see, just folded the ribbon over, but it's sort of like different lengths, so it's like smaller at the top, and then sort of bigger loops as you go down, and then just wired them together. Again, then you can sort of move all these around, then make them a bit more. Or like I said, if you wanted, you could do a really big one of the rosettes I've done. Got that one. Or you could have longer tie bits hanging down to loop all round. Might look quite nice. So yeah, it's up to you what you do. So it is your creation. Like I said, this is the bit where it's quite good if you move things around before you wire them. Actually not. Just put that one there. Yeah, so I'm thinking that looks quite good. So I'm pleased with that so far, I think. Right, so I'm just going to actually, the wiring in's quite simple. Just obviously go where you want to. That one. You can also use a glue gun to stick them in place if you prefer, but I prefer wiring them, just so next year if I decide I want to do a different colour scheme, I can just take them out and use the swag again. So yeah, that's it, just wound it round, that's all I've had to do. It's quite simple. Right, I'll carry on wiring them in and then I'll show you what it looks like in a short while. So there we go, that's the finished swag hanging up. I did add a few more baubles and a couple more of the pine cones in as well, and the rosette that I showed you as well, I've actually put that in the top with the other bow. Just thought it just needed a bit more oomph on the top. So yeah, so there we go, that is the finished article. I'm really pleased with that, especially since it's made out of the top of a Christmas tree that I didn't want and wasn't sure what to do with. So my favourite colours, turquoises, peacock sort of colours. So yeah, that will be going outside onto the porch. You can use it for outside or inside. You could even thread some battery powered lights through it if you wanted, little fairy lights, make it a bit sparkly. Yeah, like I said, you can put it on your door or somewhere in the house. So yeah, it's like really pleased with that. Okay, till the next time, goodbye.